See them literally everywhere, multiple times a day. TV adverts, shop websites, magazine covers, models. Okay, they are people paid to look good and demonstrate a product and make us want to buy it or make us want to, engage with that company or organization. But there's a problem with this industry. Major problem. There are many problems, to be honest. Many problems. But the one I'm going to talk about now is if you look at, 10 models, yeah? I'm saying 5 to 6 of those 10 models are probably, because of how wide the modelling world is and how massive this specific part of the modelling world is, they're under the age of 18. Usually, but not exclusively, women under the age of 18 make up a huge part of the modelling industry, and there are plenty of problems with this. Serious, genuine problems that I don't think any parent who signs up their child to a modelling agency, because the child does not sign themselves up to a modelling agency. A child might want to do it, but a child does not sign themselves up to a modelling agency. That is entirely on the parent. Even though the child says, "Mum, can I do this?" the parent is the one who signs them up. And the problems, there are so many problems. One of the biggest ones, definitely, is just the sexualization of these kids. Literal kids. And we all know corporations and big industry, which the modelling industry is a huge industry, is full and basically at this point, it's terrible to say, but at this point run by paedophiles. These are kids as young as 6, 7, being forced to do these shows in provocative ways, in poses and clothes that they would not wear outside of this. If they were seen in public, it'd be disgraceful. It's disgusting to have these kids sexualized by these execs who are 30, 40, 50-year-old men usually, but definitely people who should not be making kids do such things. You should not, if at your ripe age of 50 and in your big sweaty fat belly, making kids 14, 15-year-olds dress sexually to photograph and then publicise. That's just incredibly wrong. And that's the fault of the industry. The fact that there are so many paedophiles in the industry is the industry's fault. But the other point I want to make is the fault of the parents. And this point is a parent who signs their child up to a modelling industry. Of course, money's great. We all love money. What would we be without money? We all want money. Everyone wants money. Yeah, sure. But if you're willing to sign your child up to a modelling agency for the money and prioritise the money your child is going to make over their physical and mental well-being, you are not fit to be a parent. Honestly. The stress, strain and devastation. You hear stories of child actors, child models, any child thrown into a serious job at too young of an age, they come out broken and destroyed. It can come from, this sexualization, the predatory styling of these industries with these grown men so close to these kids, but also they come from just the expectation. They always need to look good. They always need to look right. They take their height every day. They have their weight done frequently. They are put under constant scrutiny. Anything that's wrong needs to be fixed. It can't be wrong. And if they gain just a little bit of weight, or if they grow just a little bit too tall, then they're wrong. They've done bad. They are punished for that, when that's completely beyond their physical control. Like, they've got to eat, and eating naturally is going to give you weight gain, but they can't, because they're told no, not right. Any of this that goes out of this, if you grow this much, or you weigh this much, or if you look this way, or you sit that way, or you wear your brooch on the other side, you get scrutiny, you get chastised, you just get treated like shit in the modelling industry. And it's terrible, because these are fucking kids. You need to know, these are fucking children. Kids being, one, put under extreme pressure, extreme scrutiny, and just turned into just images. They're not kids anymore, they're images. And that's what they're treated as. They need to be picture perfect. And also, they're sexualised, groomed even, and just victims to an industry that has such a high population of paedophiles. It's disgraceful. And people who support, fashion and modelling industry should just if they accept this as what is happening, then that's disgraceful. You have to turn against this. We can't have child modelling, because just the way it is just going to bring in terrible, terrible consequences. Like, now, it's good nowadays, very, very often, lots of underwear designed for children on the website. It used to be that they would be genuinely have actual kids in these underwear, photos of them on this website, but now any website you go on, hopefully if it's a genuine reputable website, will have just clothes, not a child in them, which is much better. But still, these photos are still being taken, and these parents are still being paid by these people to take provocative, sexualized, and just disgusting, dishonorable images of children 6, 7, 8 to 14, even older. And when they're above 15, and they're getting into teenagers, they recognise how terrible this is, but they're still in the grasp because they sign these contracts that they can't escape from, and they just lose all sense of hope and self because they're just trapped for another 3 years, and that 3 years is going to be terrible for them because they've experienced it for so long and they know what's going to happen, and it's just shit. We cannot have child modelling because the world and the way society is turns it into just a trap where children are just traumatised and treated like shit, basically, by execs, their parents, and everyone else involved. It's horrible, terrible, and demeaning. We should not have it.